Summation to integral calculus will proceed. Oh, summation to integral calculus, very difficult discussion that we have initiated. Summation to integral calculus. Okay, how I can divide my problem into n different parts and solve part by part and then assemble it. Solve part by part and assemble it. Many interesting examples that we have taken. Many interesting examples. Like if I have n number of coins in my hand, if I have n number of coins in my hand, and if I throw it, okay, I have C dollar in my hand. In one hand, I have n number of coins. In another hand, I have C dollar. If I throw n coins, then it falls in a line. Then C dollar passes through all the coins and it becomes C into alpha dollar. What is the new amount? What is your criteria? The criteria is that with each coin that is head, dollar becomes double. If it is head, then C becomes 2C. If it is head again, 2C becomes 4C. If it is head again, 4C becomes 8C. If it is head again, 8C becomes 16C. If it is a tail, then whatever it is, it becomes half. 16C would become 8C. Okay, if it is tail again, then 8C would become 4C. Like that. If it tail is continuing, then it will become like 1 by 2C, 1 by 4C, 1 by 8C, 1 by 16C, like that. Okay, if I throw n number of coins and C is passing like this, then at the end, how much? These what I am talking is single variable only. If it is dual variable, then all the stories, all the mathematical stories. Okay, mathematics is not a story. I beg pardon for that because mathematics is something that is the oxygen of this, oxygen of any science. It is the basic base of any science. You can be a very good doctor if you are a good mathematician. Okay, you can. That is the back engine for everything. You can be a very good statistician if you are a good mathematician. You can be a good lawyer only when you are a good mathematician. You can be a good kind of animal doctor. Okay, I forgot the exact name, what it is called. Animal doctor. One is human doctor, one is animal, veterinary doctor. Veterinary doctor. Then you have to be good mathematician. You can be a very good farmer only when you are a good mathematician. Mathematics is the actual power behind any science. Mathematics itself, I won't say it is a science, it is a lifeline. Okay, no one can compare oxygen with any other gases because oxygen is lifeline. What is characteristic of oxygen? Okay, someone can read about it, but there is a no comparison of oxygen with any other gases. All gases are tend to study only, or they will attribute some kind of characteristic. But oxygen is a lifeline. It is more than that. Without water, someone can survive for many hours, I think so. But without oxygen, no one can survive beyond 1 minute also. Maximum people, they will start suffocating even 1 minute of oxygen is stopped. So if I would say without oxygen, then you cannot survive for a moment also. That is the without mathematics. No one can survive for a moment also. That much lifeline the mathematics is. There are many trees. There are many trees. You cannot compare all the tree with people tree and burger tree. I really don't know what is the English of this tree. Banyan tree. That is the burger tree. Banyan tree. But I don't know what is English of people tree. These two trees, the way they release oxygen, that is extremely different than mango tree for which people die mango, 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 mango. Anyone can try people fruits also. or burger, banyan fruits also. It is too delicious. These trees are not in the parallel to any other tree, people tree or banyan tree. Okay, similarly, okay, what science you are studying? I am studying mathematics or I'm, okay, what else? I am studying physics. Physics and mathematics are not similar. Mathematics is lifeline. Anyway, so we now if we took this example, okay, we are taking right now single dimension example. We will take multi-dimension example also. What is single dimension? Variable is in one direction only. Like if there are coin I can arrange in a row, and dollar is passing through the coin as if electronic signal is passing through a media. Electronic signal is passing through a media. When it is passing through media, after the media, what will be the condition of electronic signal? It depends upon which part of the media it is changing the shape and size of the electronic signal. Okay, someone would say it is something like how much it is interfering into the electronic signal, how much it is reshaping the electronic signal, how much resistance or impedance or reactance, how much it is placing each part of the media would have different characteristics. If I say full media is of one particular nature, the nature of the media, how much it is messing up with the electronic signal. If it is messing up with the electronic signal, then electronic, like non-magnetic, non-magnetic material, like wood. Wood is a non-magnetic material. Okay, air is not a non-magnetic material. Air can carry electronic signal. Okay, air is a non-magnetic material. If I keep electricity wire, then I will not get charge around it. Okay, how it is a magnetic material? If it is a magnetic material like iron, iron is a magnetic material. So if electricity can pass through the magnetic material, because it is not required that to pass the electronic signal, things has to be magnetic material. Okay. I believe wood is not a electronic signal carrier. I don't know. Things depend upon the frequency. Higher frequency, high frequency signal. I believe aluminium is better than iron for the conduit or for the uh, communication to carry. Aluminium is better than iron. I believe copper is even better than aluminium. Okay, in that fashion, gold and silver are even better. So air is not a item which cannot carry the signal. All signals are being carried by air only, but it is at a very high frequency. If at 50 hertz is the frequency of the electrical signal, that is a signal only. Power is high. Otherwise, it is a signal that is passing through copper cable or the iron cable, electrical signal or electricity. If any wire is opened at a point, then electricity will not flow through the air. People think air is a bad conductor of, it cannot conduct anything, but that is not true. If you grow the frequency of, then it will start computing. Anyway, now if I have a media, so air is a media through which electronic signal can pass through, provided that electronic signal is in higher range of frequency than one. Otherwise, it cannot pass. Anyway, if 50 hertz electricity start passing through air, then everyone will die immediately. There are so naked wire, especially in India. Many places the electricity passes through the naked wire only. Or there are 11,000 watt, 11,000 volt heavy electricity passing through the tall towers. 11,000 volt. Okay, just think that if at 50 hertz, 11,000 volt is carried by the air, then so at higher frequency, air is carrier of the electronic signal, not at lower frequency. Its class is high. Even higher frequency mathematics is carrying. Mathematics also carry electronic signal. Anyway, Now, the concept is what example we have brought in as far as integral to calculus is concerned. One example what we brought in, that a dollar is passing through a media, and media is n coin that is falling through in a row, and then it is falling through head, tail, whatever it came. When it passes through the nth coin, when it is passing through the nth coin, what is the new value of the dollar? Provided head would double whatever is coming from the back side. It will double it. Tail would make it half. Okay. Now anyone would say that getting number of head out of n coin would be half of it, n by 2. Oh, how you can say like that? Getting number of head, getting number of head, getting number of head is n by 2. How you can say? Anyone would ask this question. How you can say that getting head, the average value for getting head, how many head you are getting? The average value of getting the head is n by 2. How you can say? Getting head for one coin is 1 by 2. If it is a fair coin, 1 by 2. Okay, if there are n coin, then I can multiply by n. How you can multiply by n? That is what we are talking. If I have a problem and I can divide problem into n different parts, and each part is not overlapping with the another part, all are completely independent of the other part, then I can calculate the and whatever I want to calculate, I can calculate for the one part, and then you can sum it. Okay, what is the number of head I can expect average mean? If I throw n number of coin, the number of head will be n by 2. This is what you can expect. Okay, understood. If I have a dollar, if I have two coins, then one head and one tail will come, right? As per the average. Yes, one head and one. Okay, I have dollar coin and it is passing through first one. It becomes C will become 2C. True. Then it will pass through tail. Then 2C will become by 2C. So average, if I throw n number of coin, then average head is half, then average tail is half. It passes through, it gets multiplied, then passes through tail, it will become 1 by 2. C will come out. That is not true. Okay, that is completely not true. C will not come out. We have seen it. What will come out is, I believe it is, hope. It will come out is C into 5 by 4. C into 5 by 4. It will come out with one coin. If I place one coin, then C into 5 by 4 will come out. How come it is possible? Not possible. If it is a fair coin, then with one coin, C will become C into 5 by 4. If it is n coin, then it will become C into 5 by 4 to the power n. C into, in bracket, 5 by 4 bracket close to the power n. Means C will grow. If someone is giving challenge that, okay, I know all the probability, this is just cakewalk for me. Okay, I know that for each coin I have coming head and tail probability is same 1 by 2 by 1 by 2. And it is, if I take so many coins, it will become half only. Okay, if you try many times, your dollar will be remain same dollar only if you pass, but that is not true. This is called summation, dividing problem into n part and try to analyze. We have talked about it many times. Please watch our previous 4 to 5 videos. Somewhere you will hit it that how to calculate what will be the dollar if it is passing through a media. Next we saw, next what we saw, next what we saw that if head comes, now someone is throwing n number of coins and he is traveling from left to right. N coins are falling in a row in one line. Now he is traveling. If it appears head, randomly he is choosing any number between 0 and 1. Makes sense? Then he keeps the number. It can be 0, it can be 1, It can be anything. Randomly, he is choosing between 0 and 1. Then he is seeing next coin. It is coming again ahead. Then randomly he is choosing any number between 0 and 1. Now, two number he is adding. Whatever it is appearing, okay, what about tail? If it comes tail, if it comes tail, then he is choosing any number between 3 and 4. Any number. Okay, it is something like that. Wherever he is seeing head, wherever he is seeing head, on that head, he is taking one paper clip. On paper clip, he is writing any number between 0 and 1. Whatever comes to his mind, or he is using any random algorithm to get a number between 0 and 1. Wherever he is seeing tail, whatever comes to his mind between 3 and 4, including 3 and 4. Okay, he is using any random mathematics to get number between 3 and 4. He is writing out there. So on the each coin, he is writing, if it is head, then 0 to 1. If it is tail, then 3 to 4. Now at the end, he is summing up what it will be. That is the question now. What it will be. How much it will be. Okay, that also we calculated in the previous video. And there we came to a locha. We came to, someone can say loosely, a caveat. What is problem out there? Okay, how to calculate? Now anyone would say, why you are messing up with this? Why you are messing up with this? Just calculate the average number of head that you will get. Consider the x number of head you will get on average. If you throw n number of coin many times and calculate the number of head, then you add all the number of head, divide by n. That is the average number of head. Now, if you say that average number of head is x or k, then with each head you go and get the value from the value between 0 and 1. This is called meta problem. First you have to find the average value of head. Then if one head appears, then again you go and you do the searching between 0 and 1. You have 0 and 1 between any value. Again you have to find one average value of them. What will be the average value between 0 and 1 if you try to search? Okay, that value you have to keep. With every head, you will get same average value from the if you are getting the any random value between 0 and 1. That average value, multiply it with the k head. Similarly, you take average value between 3 and 4. Multiply that average value with the n minus k, because if head is k, then tail is n minus k. Multiply it by n minus k. Okay, then you add it. You get the what will be the amount that you will get once someone starts traveling from the first coin to end coin. What after the end coin? What is the amount you will get? That you will get. Okay, so there are two kind of problem we can see here. One is called digital. Please watch our previous video how to calculate it, how to get average number of head, how to get average number of head. One thing that is sure here, that it is a discrete problem. I have n number of coins, that is for sure. I have n number of coins. So I have to calculate average number of head out of n number of coins. Okay, I have infinite number between 0 and 1. Between 0 and 1, I have infinite number. Okay, randomly if I choose any number, what is your number? My number is 0.000059. There are infinite number between 0 and 1 if I take fractional. Now I go and hit at any position between 0 and 1. That is my choice of this number right now. Someone is asking, what is the average number you will get from there? If I throw n number of coin many times, or between 0 and 1 many times, if I pick a random number, then if I average it, that is the average number I'll get with 0 to 1. If I throw n number of coin, if I throw many times, then I can calculate the average number of head. What is the relationship between these two? This is a discrete problem, because n is, I have to, number of head will be in a number only, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There if I try to get the average value between 0 to 1, it may come anything. 0.0.39986, whatever it is. So that is called continuous problem, and this is called discrete problem. What is the relationship between these two? If anyone want discrete problem, if anyone want discrete problem, then how to solve this discrete problem? What is the average number of head I can estimate? That is the question mark. How someone calculate average number of heads if I throw n number of coins many times? Okay, then we'll go to our famous example, what we did in the class exam. In a class, there are n number of students are there in a class, n number of students. If n number of students are there, then I am now they just went through one examination and they secured 0 to 10 marks. 0 to 10 marks, and marks is in digital manner. Either someone gets 0 mark, 1 mark, 2 mark, 3 mark, 4 mark, 5 mark, 6 mark, or 10 mark, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, what is the average marks of the class? How we draw it? Okay, then we see, to get the average marks of the class, what we do? We draw a marks axis. This is marks axis. This is marks axis, and this is the number of a student. This is x axis, and this is number of a student. This is marks axis. Against 0 marks, 0 mark. How many students are there? I have many times have given this example. Against 0 marks, number of students are 4 out of n. So I can say it is 4 by n. That is the probability. It should come under 1. At 1 mark, 20 students are there, 20 by n. At 2 marks, 10 students are there, 20 by 10 by n. At 3 marks, 5 students are there, 5 by n. If you add all the number of students against each mark, they will come to 1. Okay, 4 by n plus 20 by n plus 10 by n plus 5 by n plus up to marks at marks 10. If you add all the height bar, you will get like it is 1. Anyway, what is the average marks? What is the average mark? Average marks is what marks you are calculating. 0 mark into the height plus 1 mark into the height plus 2 marks into the height plus 3 marks into the height plus. If you do like this, then you will get the average mark. Up, I understood how to calculate average number of head. Okay, if it is 0 head, then calculate the probability. How many times 0 head will come? Make sense? If it is 1 head, then calculate its probability. If it is 2 head, calculate its probability. And then 0, 0 into whatever is the probability multiplied plus 1 into whatever is probability multiplied plus 2 into whatever its probability multiplied plus 3 into whatever its probability multiplied plus 4 into whatever its probability multiplied. Like that, keep doing like this up to n. n, nth, nth head, nth head. So if it is 1 head, 0 head, 1 head, 2 head, up to n head, what is its probability? Okay, if someone does that, he can calculate the average head that would come. Okay, that is summation x is number of head. Summation x equal to 0 to n, because n is the number of coins. Summation x equal to 0 to n x. Summation x equal to 0 to n x. X is number of head. If number of head are 2, then what is probability? Summation x equal to 0 to n. Then inside it we have x. This is the horizontal. Multiply by the vertical. That is the probability. What is the probability of getting 3 head? Number of head, that is 3. Then what is probability of getting 3 head? Many times we have talked about it. Getting x number of head, probability of getting x number of head is NCX. NCX. P to the power x, 1 minus p to the power n minus x. Okay, if I have n number of coins, getting x number of head probability, where each coin has probability of getting head is p, then x head getting probability is p to the power x. Make sense? Then there will be n minus x, tail will be there. P to the power x into 1 minus p to the power n minus x. That will be the net probability of getting x head. Now x head can appear anywhere in the n coin. NCX permutation. So NCX p to the power x 1 minus p to the power n minus x is the probability of getting x head. That probability is the vertical bar. Multiply by x. That will give you the weightage of this x number of head. Keep doing for all the x. Add it. You get the average head. That is summation. These kind of description you will not get in any of the book. I challenge it. No one talks this much clarity about the calculus and probability and vector. No one. Okay. So summation x equal to 0 to n. Summation x equal to 0 to n. X into ncx, that is the probability part now. Ncx p to the power x 1 minus p to the power n minus x. This is the average head someone will get. It is very difficult to calculate this. Rather than it is better to go by part. Now divide n number of coin into n part. N part. Not necessarily I can divide n number of coin into n part also. I can divide n number of coin into n by 2 part. Every 2 coin is one group now. In 2 coin, what is the probability of getting head? How much is the probability of getting head? It depends on. But if I take coin by coin, then it is straightforward. 1 by 2 or P. If P is probability of getting head, then I have to add n times. N into P is the average head that will come. If P is 1 by 2, then n by 2. Okay, then someone can proceed in the example. Okay, this is one part. Another part now we are taking. Okay, what about n tends to infinity? Whatever you do, this is a digital problem. Okay, can I gain? If then it is not a fashion to say n tends to infinity. In the problem where I am trying to calculate what is the average number of head, then it is summation sigma sign. Summation x equal to 0 to n. Summation x equal to 0 to n. X. This is the base part and then height part, that is the probability part. NCX p to the power x 1 minus p to the power n minus x. Can you use this formula for single coin also? Certain. We can use this formula for single coin also. Summation x equal to 0 to 1. X can be 2 only. Either head is 0 or head is 1. Summation x equal to 0 to 1. X NCX p to the power x 1 minus p to the power x. If x is 0, first one, then full is 0. When x is 1, it is 1 into 1c1. N is 1. 1c1, that is 1. P to the power 1. 1 minus p to the power 0. N minus x. It will come as p only. So, getting, okay, what about, okay, can we, what about n tends to infinity? Why you want n tends to infinity? Because it will be more accurate. No, you don't need it. Okay, you have n number of coin only, right? Why you need n tends to infinity? You calculate with the n only. It should, okay, okay. Then why you said that summation to integral? If I want to convert summation to integral, then why we need integration? Up to n only we can calculate. Consider I want to select a number between 0 to 1. Okay, how many 0 to 1? I want to select a randomly a number between 0 to 1. Okay, it is something like I want to try to understand how many heads are coming if I throw n number of coins. It is similar to that. Okay, now, oh, I don't know how it is. You have a number 0 and you have a number 1. 0 and 1. Between that, you close your eye. Consider that this is 0 and this is 1. This stick is of length 1. Okay, now I am tying a black cloth on my eye. And then someone is saying, okay, just take your finger and stop somewhere. Oh, here. Say, okay, now calculate the from 0 the distance. Exact distance came is 0.398975. That is the exact distance came. Now you tell me that if I keep doing like this for several times, what is the average length I can expect? Now considering how I can do like this, consider I divide it into n parts. I divide into, no. Let's divide into two parts. Let's divide into two parts. Okay, one part I call it 0.5 part, and other part I call it one part. This is the half part, this is the one part, or this is 0 and this is 1. I divide my stick into two parts. Okay, this is 0 and this is 1. Makes sense? Now I go and hit here. Oh, this is in part number 1. I go hit here. This is part number 0. I go hit. Now it is good likely that I will end up in hitting in equal probability. Means probability of getting this. There are two parts, right? Probability in hitting in this region is 1 by 2. Probability in hitting this region is 1 by 2. Okay, 1 by 2. This length is 0 into probability 1 by 2. 0 into 1 by 2 plus 1 into 1 by 2. It will come as 1 by 2. So the distance, average distance what we calculate is 1 by 2. Okay, but it is not true. It may not be true. Why it may not be true? You have taken n equal to 2, right? Okay, whatever is coming, you are actually he is hitting here, but you are thinking that he is hitting at 0. This is called approximation. Someone is taking approximation. If someone is hitting anywhere between 0 and half, including half, it is considered that he is hitting at 0, but then it is not true. If someone is hitting at half and 1 after half, then it is considered that he is hitting at 1. Then you are calculating it right, but this is not. Okay, you may get correct answer, but that is a fluke only. Okay, no, sorry. Take n equal to 4. No, it is better, right? Now it is 0 to quarter, quarter to half, half to three quarter to 1. Now if I hit anywhere in the first quarter, it will be considered as 0, like that. Okay, or I believe it is not fair. The way I am saying it is not fair. If I had divided into two parts, then if someone is hitting in the first part, then it will be considered as, it should be considered as this one. Because if someone is hitting second part, it is considered as this one, right hand side. So if someone is hitting in the first part, it will be considered as 0.5. If someone is considering in the next, hitting in next, it should come to 1. Now you try. 0.5 into 1 by 2. Because if there are two parts, then hitting in any part has probability 1 by 2. Means out of 2 times, there is a chance that he will hit if it is equally distributive. Then it will be half into 1 by 2 plus 1 into 1 by 2. It will come as 0.75, I believe. So 1 by 2, 1 by 2, 1 by 4 plus 1 by 2. It will come as 3 by 4. That is exactly not true. 3 by 4. This is the better explanation. 3 by 4. This is called, I have taken n equal to 2. Now take n equal to 4. If someone is hitting here, it will come to 0.25, half, 0.75, and then 1. Okay, hitting in any section probability is 1 by 4. Now 1 by 4 into 1 by 4, 1 by 16 half plus half into 1 by 4. 1 by 16 plus half into 1 by 4. That will 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 into 1 by 4. 1 by 2 into 1 by 4. How much it will come? 1 by 8. First is 1 by 16. Another is 1 by 8. This is what I think so. Next will be, I believe it will be 3 by 4 into 1 by 4. 3 by 4. So this will be 2 by 4 into 1 by 4. 3 by 8. 2 by 8. 2 by 16. 1 by 16 plus 2 by 16 plus 3 by 16 plus 4 by 16. How much it will come? 4, 3, 7. 7 to 7 to 9, and 10. 10 by 16. I think so. 10 by 6. 10 by 16 is better than 3 by 4 that came as first. 10 by 16 is more towards 0.5 than 3 by 4. 3 by 4, 3 by 4 is 0.75. What about 10 by 16? How much it will come? 1650 is a 80. 1660 is a 96. I think so. 10 by 16 will come 0.63. 0.63. 0.63 is better than 0.075. Oh, understood. I understood the concept. Now I have to increase the n. Now let's try dividing into 8 parts. First will be 1 by 1. First will be 1 by 8 into 1 by 8. 1 by 16. 1 by 16 plus 2 by 16 plus 3 by 16 plus 4 by 16 plus 5 by 16 plus 6 by 16 plus 7 by 16 plus yeah, I'm sorry. I am dividing into n 8 part. Each part has probability is 1 by 8, and this is 1 by 8. 64. 1 by 64 plus 2 by 60 plus this is this length is 2 by 2. I have divided to 8 part. This length is 2 by 8. 2 by 8. 2 by 8 into 1 by 8. 2 by 16. 3 by 16. 4 by 16 up to 64. 64 up to 8 by 64. Someone can try now. I think so. I have not made anything wrong. How much it will come? Okay. Now 8 plus 7, 15. 7 plus 6, 21. 21 plus 5, 5, 26. Plus 4, 30. Plus 3, 33. Plus 2, 35. Plus 1, 36. 36 by 64. It What is half? It is more near to 0.5. Can someone see it? Amazing, mind blowing. 8 plus 7, 15. 7 plus 6. I'm sorry, 15 plus 6, 21. Plus 5, 26. Plus 4, 30. 33, 35, and 36. 36 by 64 is near to zero point 0.5. I'm approaching zero point 0.5. Oh, understood. If you make n, here n matters. What is the average distance? Average distance is first to take the distance and multiply with the probability. Same thing everywhere we're taking. Then if distance is x multiplied by its probability, then what is the average distance? Summation x equal to 0 to n, number of section you have met. Summation of x equal to 0 to n, x into fx is the probability. That will give you the average length. Okay, summation, now x is, or someone can say summation I equal to 0 to n. X belongs to the ith section, and then fx, x belongs to the ith section. This is better one. Now how much it is? If it is n equal to 2, then average came as 3 by 4. If n equal to 3, n equal to 4, then average came as 0.63 or something like that. If n equal to 8, then it came as 36 by 64. It is better. Okay, so here, when I am throwing n number of coins, this is called digital problem. This is also a digital problem. We are taking n, but digital is not giving you the exact result. But if I throw n number of coins, n not tends to infinity, that is giving you the exact result. This is called discrete problem. This is not a discrete problem. There is difference between discrete and continuous problem. Though formula is same. You take the x-axis and multiply with the y-axis. Keep doing that. Then you will get the average x-axis length. Simple. But here if I take any n, I am getting the result, but it is not the accurate result. What is the accurate here? Accurate is n tends to infinity. In coin, if you make n tends to infinity, it does not make any sense because n coins are there. Here, you can hit at any place and this n is infinity. Here, we can start with the summation, and we will end up in the now we will end up in the integral. This summation can be accurate only when summation I equal to 0 to n tends to infinity. If n tends to infinity, then only this summation will be accurate, x into fx, where n tends to infinity. Means you have to divide this stick length n into n part where n tends to infinity. For each part, you calculate the length from the x-axis into its probability. Each part, I have divided to n part, each part, that is the section I. I is 1, I'm sorry, I will be 1 to n. I will be 1 to n. First part, second part, third part, nth part. At each I, if I is 5, then probably this is the fifth section. You calculate the distance from here, x from the of the ith section. Summation I equal to 1 to n, where n tends to infinity, x of the ith section, function over x of the ith. Function over x means rather than going this probability what we are talking, we get as a function, and then that function at any ith section I have to calculate the x, that is the distance, and then if I apply over the function I'll get the height bar there. That height bar into x, keep summing it for all the I section where n tends to infinity. This will convert into integral calculus. This is summation to integral calculus. Here we need, and then we will calculate what was the original problem. Original problem is if I have n number of coins, and if I start n number of coins, if I throw it, then I start with the first coin. If it is head, then I select any number between 0 and 1, and then I paste on the head, that is the number. Then if I get tail, then I select any number from 3 between 3 and 4. Whatever number I get, I paste on the tail. I keep pasting with the head on it. If I get head again, then I go and select any random number from 0 to 1 and paste that number on the head. Tail, whatever you get. Now add all the numbers, how much it will be. That is the question that we started in the previous discussion. Here, there are two different problems. One is that someone would say, get the average number of head, Then you get average number, average, how much you will draw from the 0 to 1. What is the average? Get average number of head and that average, multiply it. Get average number of tail and get the average number, what you get from 3 to 4, multiply and sum it. You get the average, what you will get. Here getting average, we talked about it. NCX x summation x equal to 0 to n x NCX p to the power x 1 minus p to the power n minus x. That is the probability part. That is function. This is same as summation x equal to 0 to n x into fx. Fx is NCX and rest the part. But this will give the exact result. But if I try to get the average, this is to get average head. Try to get average number between 0 to n, 0 to 1. Then consider I divide into n part. It will be again the same thing. Okay, x equal to 0 to n. Now I'm starting with 0. X equal to 0 to n. X belongs to 0 to n. Or summation I equal to 0 to or I equal to 1 to n. Let be x1. Summation x equal to 0 to n. X, and then its probability part. Probability part I can write as fx. Someone if add for all the n section, he get the average x. But average x is not coming accurate because we can cut any moment. Then I have to increase the number of n, keep increasing. Best will come or accurate will come when n tends to infinity. Then if n tends to infinity, no one in the world who exists who can calculate the summation x equal to 0 to n, where n tends to infinity, x into fx, not possible. What is fx? Fx is the probability height. At each section, if I divide it to n part, at each section, what is the height? That is function over x. If I know height, in some section height is like this, some section height is like this, some section height is like this, some section height is like this. Take all the top point and draw a line. Okay, then try to get a function over this line. Okay, that is fx. Summation x equal to 0 to n x fx. Fx in digital world is NCX p to the power x 1 minus p to the power n minus 1 x. In analog world, you have to think or anywhere. You have to think. In class or student manner, you can try. Take it as an assignment. Visit long discussion. We will proceed on this. This is something that is, if someone understands nuance of this, world is his, that is guaranteed. Then we will talk. So we started with the summation. We are involving calculus now. Later we will involve vector also into this. Then it will be really amazing, mind blowing. Not all those who glitters are gold, but here everyone will glitter. Okay, not all those who glitters are gold, but here everyone will glitter. All are gold. Anyway, we do not mind support. These kind of explanation is not available anywhere. We do not mind supporting us. +91 is the India country code. 9483160610 is the telephone number. +91 is the India country code. 9483160610 is the telephone number.